Hey there guys, Primus Reviews here, and Merry Christmas Eve, or if you're watching this on Christmas Day, then I really hope you guys do have a Merry Christmas, and I do hope you guys got everything you guys did want on your Christmas list from, of course, the one and only Santa Claus. Now for me, this figure was not supposed to be today's review. It was supposed to be something else that I did pre-order a while back, but I guess it still hasn't shipped yet. But it is what it is. But I guess the little hint I will give you guys of what the figure I did get and what was supposed to be today's review is gonna be very similar to this guy in certain ways. So there you guys have that. But for now, this figure is going to have to do. So today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Age of Extinction / The Last Night Premiere Edition Optimus Prime. Now, if you guys haven't checked out my last video, please make sure to check it out, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, make sure to turn on post notifications so that way you guys don't miss a single upload. Now, when this figure was released, honestly, it was the best Voyager Optimus Prime we have gotten ever, honestly, as when the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime did come out, he only came out, I believe, in leader classes, and honestly, sucked. The night version for the leader classes to me sucked. This guy, Voyager class, tops those leader class Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, the night versions, because holy smokes was this guy at the time the most accurate representation of Optimus Prime in a Voyager class. Now, seeing Optimus Prime in his night version in Age of Extinction and The Last Night was honestly really cool. A new design for Optimus Prime, more of a night version, and honestly I do like the design. I do like the more sleek version of this guy, and I know it doesn't look like he transforms into a truck at all, unlike the previous three movie iterations of him. But honestly, I do like this design. It just pops to me a lot more, and honestly he looks more bad A-word. So honestly, a really cool looking design for Optimus Prime. I still like the original though, in my opinion. Sort of. Now taking a look at the packaging, you do got the nice, beautiful image of Optimus Prime there. A really gorgeous looking image. Optimus Prime Transformers. I know it says the last... Well, I know it says The Last Night on there, but honestly, it's honestly Age of Extinction and The Last Night, as Optimus Prime's design did not change whatsoever in the movie. So there you guys have that. On the side of the box, you do got a beautiful image of Optimus Prime there. Earth's greatest protector, huh? I guess you can say that. On the back of the box, you do got a beautiful image of the figure and his really cool looking alternate mode in 30 steps. And on the side of the box, you do got the nice Transformers logo there. He is a Voyager class. So I think that's it. I think that's about it for the box, so let's take a look at this figure. Now, before I do bring up this figure up close and personal, note that this figure did release 5 years ago, and honestly to me, the figure looked kind of bland, so there is additional paint job on this guy that I did do. So if you guys do see that, I think you'll notice it right away, as you probably are noticing it right now. Just leave me alone, okay? Maybe I'll... Now bringing this figure in up close and personal, you can see that the head detail is there. Holy smokes, did they do a great job with the head sculpt. People don't tend to like the blue eyes on this Optimus Prime, but honestly I think it does look really cool to me. Dude, got that nice silver paint going down on the face, and honestly a lot of nice sculpted detail on the head just going down as well. You do see the detail in the chest area and going down to his abdomen area. Honestly, really cool. Honestly, they did a great job on the detail on this guy, and I know he's supposed to have flames here, but hey, it is what it is. Going down on the figure, you can see the additional paint job I did. Okay, leave me alone. Honestly, this does look really cool to get that nice silver paint there, and honestly, again, I think they did a great job with this guy. I do love the blue that they did go on this guy. I think it does pop and make him look really cool. And honestly, for a 5-year-old figure, honestly, really cool till this day. Now, I know, turn him around, and yes, he does have a big chunk of the backpack there, but honestly, it doesn't bother me too much. You know, it just depends on the angle you do pose him in. But you do got the nice Autobot logo there, really cool. And again, the back is mostly where all, you know, the car parts go and stuff. And honestly, it does suck, but honestly, it doesn't bother me too much. But Again, you're not going to post the figure from the back, only the front. The front looks amazing. The back is a question mark. But yeah, honestly, still to this day, a really cool looking Optimus Prime figure. Now, this figure did come with 2 really cool accessories, so let's take a look at them now. Now, here we do have his really 2 cool looking accessories, and I know I added some paint job. Leave me alone. Just bringing in his first accessory, here we do have his shield gun. Honestly, really cool. To me, it was too much of a light blue and I didn't really like it, so I added, you know, some pretty cool looking paint. Honestly, it still does look really cool. I think the shield does look really sick all in all. I do love the gray that it did go all around the shield. Really cool. When you turn it around, of course, there is some nice detail on there, which I really do appreciate. But yeah, just bland on the back, but really colorful in the front. So there you guys have it for the first accessory. And for the second accessory here, we do have his sword. Now, honestly, I am not a fan of the orange sword at all. Honestly, I think it does look really like a fingernail thing, if you guys know what I mean. But honestly, there's still some nice molded detail on there, really cool, but I'm just not a fan of the orange and uncolored plastic here. I did try to do my best, but honestly, it is what it is. But still, I think it does still look really cool. So those are his 2 accessories, but let's put it on him so that way you guys can see how cool he actually looks with both of them. Now, of course, you're going to bring Optimus, and you can see that his hands already do have holes in them right there, and you're simply just gonna plug it in like so, and it does have a really nice grip to the sword, which I do like. Now, for his shield accessory, what you are going to do is you're going to turn Optimus to the side, and you are going to see a hole here, and all you're simply gonna do, of course, is plug in the hole there, and there you guys go. Now you have him holding his 2 really cool looking accessories. Again, 5 years old, and it still looks sick to this day. A really cool looking figure still, man. Holy smokes, did they do a great job on this guy. And for Voyager, yep, 5 years ago, this was the guy. Now, a really cool feature that I do like about this guy a lot is you can store the sword on him. Now, how do you do that? Well, easy. What you're going to do is you are going to take the sword here, and you are just going to, of course, take it off Optimus Prime's hand. And when you lift up Optimus Prime, you are going to see a slot to where the sword is going to go. So what you're going to do is just put in the sword there, and it should have a really nice fit. So there you guys have that. And when you do that, holy smokes, is this a really cool looking feature on this guy. Yeah, man, like I said, simple accessory storage looks honestly the best to me on the robot modes, because oh, does this thing look sick. Now, remember that this figure is a Voyager class, so this figure does tend to stand roughly at about 7 inches tall, around 7 inches tall. Honestly, a decent size for a Voyager class figure. So for some size comparisons, here he is next to the Age of Extinction Grimlock, so that way you guys can see right off the bat how they would scale with one another. Now, this is the Studio Series version. This is the Premier Edition version. And why did my camera just... Now, like I did say, this is the Studio Series version, and this is the Premier Edition version. And honestly, I think these two still do look great together, as they do capture how they almost did look in the movie. Grimlock looks exactly how he looked. Optimus Prime, it's questionable, but honestly, a really cool looking duo. And yeah, Grimlock is a huge guy. Now for my second size comparison, here he is next to the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, because remember that the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron is one of the tallest Voyager class figures I do have. And that way you guys can see how they do look together. And honestly, I think they do look great together. Megatron, again, still one of the tallest Voyager class figures I do have. So yeah, as you can see, he barely passes Optimus Prime. But again, they do look really cool together. And for my last size comparison, here he is next to the Transformers Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. That way you can see how they both do look together. And honestly, if they're going for either a new trilogy or the same trilogy, this is Optimus before, this is Optimus, well, used to be Optimus in The Last Knight. But there you guys have that. Again, they both do look really, really cool. Honestly, wow. Just wow, that's all I can say. Wow. Now here's where it gets a little iffy with this guy. For the articulation, the head is on a ball joint. He can look up that far and he can look down that far. His arm can move out, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, and sadly he doesn't have a wrist swivel. Okay, it's okay. But luckily, he does have a waist swivel. His skirt thingy-mabob does move, but I'm not gonna move it up all the way because, you know, yeah. His leg can move out that far, and it can move back about only that far. Sadly, because of the, you know, big old backpack in the back. But he does have a thigh swivel, bend at the knee, and sadly, he doesn't have ankle pivot or any toe movement. No! One last bit of articulation that I did miss is he does have butterfly joints. But that is more for the transformation. But you know what? They're butterfly joints. I'll take it. Poseability on this guy is not that great. Even though thank you for the waist swivel. Thank you for the butterfly joints and stuff. But no wrist swivel. No ankle pivot. It's going to be hard to pose this guy. And only limited articulation on the legs does bring this guy a little down. Which honestly sucks. But again, it is what it is, I guess, but it's Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is supposed to have the best articulation, man. Come on! But here's where I'm going to cut it off and show you guys his honestly really cool looking truck mode. Now, I forgot the name of the truck. I'm pretty sure it is called the Western Star. But honestly, a really cool looking truck. So here is his really cool looking alternate mode. Like I said, this truck mode is not a disappointment at all, as I think it does look fantastic on the way they just made this look so screen accurate. And honestly, I do love the truck mode a lot. Yeah, again, like I said, the truck mode does look really cool. Do got the nice, of course, the iconic flames on the truck, really cool. I do love just the blackout wheels. I think it does look really, really cool. Do got the nice silver here, and yeah, again, you do got the nice Autobot logo there. And you come into the back. Do wish that these were painted, but that's a little nitpick there. And in the back, you do get a more clear view of where the sword does go in the robot mode. I'm sorry, but yeah, honestly, the truck mode again does look sick. Do got the nice blacked out tinted windows. Do got nice silver here, and honestly, yeah, I do love the truck mode. I do wish that the smokestacks were painted at least a little bit of silver, but you know what? I'll take what I can get for a 5-year-old figure, because honestly, a really, really cool looking truck mode. Again, like I said, they do a great job on hiding the robot mode, because you can't even tell that this guy transforms at all if I were just to show you this, because honestly, where's the robot mode? On the bottom, okay, you do get the hands there and everything else, but other than that, where? They do a great job on this truck mode. Of course, it does roll as well, fairly well, but honestly, again, I do love the truck mode a lot, man. Probably one of the best truck modes ever of the Western Star. Now, this figure did decrease in size, as he now is roughly about around 3 inches tall, around 3.5 inches tall. So there you guys have that. So for some size comparisons, so that way you guys can see how small he did shrink. Here he is next to Grimlock. Yeah. So there you guys have that. Here he is next to the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. That way you guys can see that there. Yeah. And then here he is next to the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. So that way you guys can see how small he did shrink. So there you guys have that. But honestly, again, great job on the truck mode. I think, again, they do a great job on robots in disguise, like hiding the robot mode, because holy smokes, it looks really cool. But here's one last look at it before I do transform him back and give you my overall review and my overall grade on this figure. Now honestly, I think you guys might be surprised. So here is my overall review and grade on this guy. Alright guys, there you go. There you have the Premier Edition Transformers Age of Extinction / The Last Knight Optimus Prime. Now overall, I still to this day, I still think they did do a great job on this guy on capturing at the time Voyager class of what he did look like in the two films. And honestly, really cool looking figure. Surprised me still to this day when I'm reviewing this guy after a long time since I haven't touched this guy. But honestly, a really cool looking figure to this day. So for that, I do have to give this figure a solid 8 out of 10. A 5-year-old figure getting an 8 out of 10 is a great score. That means he still holds up his own, but doesn't mean he doesn't have his cons. So let's talk about him. Now the first con we are going to be talking about is the lack of posability. The poses you do get this guy in are really cool, but again, this guy does suffer from lack of posability. The poses that I want him to get him into, he just can't do it. But again, the poses you do get him into, they look really cool. But again, for a 5-year-old figure, I do kind of have to let it slide, but I'm not going to because it's Optimus Prime. He's supposed to be one of the best, figures they make. That's where they go all out. Studio Series has done that so far. But again, it is what it is. The second con I am going to be talking about is the fact that he does have car parts in the back and they are really, really noticeable. I know for a 5-year-old figure, it's 5 years old, but honestly, it does stick out like a sore thumb, and that's what kind of sucks about this guy. Compared to some of the figures that came out when this guy released, there were a lot of clean backpacks. There weren't a lot of ones that were sticking out, but this guy, it does stick out like a sore thumb, which kind of sucks. But again, it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about that. So there you guys have that. Again, this figure is roughly over 5 years old, or about 5 years old, so again, he is going to be hard to find. But if you guys were able to get this guy, or did pick this guy up by the time he did come out, I really hope you guys were satisfied with this guy, as when I did pick him up, I was completely satisfied. Honestly, a really old figure still to this day holds his own, and that is really rare to do in a figure. But again, I do want to apologize, as this was not the figure I was supposed to be reviewing. The figure I was supposed to be reviewing, I guess he's still in pre-order and it sucks. But it is what it is, I guess. But he is similar to this guy. I guess all I can say is, again, he is similar to this guy, but I think better in every way. But again, I really hope you guys do have a Merry Christmas. Make sure you guys eat a lot of food, really good food. I really hope you guys did or do get everything you guys have been wanting all year by Santa. So this has been Primus Reviews. That has been Optimus Prime. Remember to stay calm and keep moving on. And again, happy Merry Christmas. So I'll make sure to see you guys on the next one.
Megatron, this ends here. Now.
Oh, Prime. No matter what new form you get, you always have to look up to me.
What do you mean?
I'm always looking down on you. Plus, I'm better in every way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. What you do about it?
Give me a second. Who's looking up now, big?